Hey guys, sorry, it's been a while, hasn't it? I've just been taking a break from YouTube for a bit. Just been uploading very random stuff as of late. Really haven't been working on any serious videos. Sorry about that. It's just things have been a little bit stressful lately. But I'm back and I'll be making somewhat regular content now again. Thank you all for remaining with me as long as you have, if you even care. But anyways, let's talk about PowerPole Pro. Alright, so I've got my male Earthling OC here, Adult Majub, to demonstrate this for us today. What is PowerPole Pro, and why is it so controversial? It is the unique awoken skill to the Earthling class, and it is the only unique awoken skill they have to their name. It's very interesting because it changes up your moveset entirely, making you fight upon the Nimbus Cloud with the Noibo, the Power Pole in Japanese. It changes your moveset entirely. You do not have Ki Blasts anymore. You have this as your square attack, and you have this as your circle attack. And if you tilt your stick upward and hit triangle, you have that little long-ranged smack. You also have a unique back attack and unique burst dashes, excuse me. One of which does way more damage than the other, for some reason. I don't know why the reverse one has its damage capped off so much, but the standard burst dash on this thing has a lot of utility, and I'll show you what I mean by that later on. But this skill is, as we all know, probably one of the most controversial, if not the most controversial skill in the entire game. Because of the way it works, it changes up your moveset, disables your ability to ki cancel, which is probably the most disliked aspect about this skill that I hear a lot of people voice whenever they talk about it, the rare times that they talk about it. Look, this has just been bugging me for a while now, but why do people always write things off as being garbage for not having that stupid easy cancel option? Like, honestly. Now, with the UI skill, they definitely needed to allow you to ki cancel because that Soaring Fist just was not gonna cut it. But with PowerPole Pro, you have a lot of other options. Case in point, this. You can block cancel this slap here. This overhead slap can be block canceled extremely easy. And fast enough to where, just like a Crush Cannon animation cancel, I can loop it. This too. On that 6th hit, you can cancel. And there's enough stun to where, look at that. A full-on combo loop. Then you've also got the fact that you have this here. You can cancel that and do a burst dash. And what does the burst dash have? Very uniquely, the burst dash has this on the freaking on the freaking Nimbus Cloud. When you use PowerPole Pro, your burst dash is able to be canceled into flying immediately, allowing you to use it as a true combo extension. You can do stuff like this as a result. And after that combo, You can follow up with your circle attack. True combo. You have a lot of versatile ways to use this. Now, some people write this part off as kind of being useless, but it has its uses as well. It's used for spacing. Look at how much reach you have when you use this. You have enough space to where it doesn't really matter if your opponent doesn't get hit by it. You're keeping them at bay by poking the air around them. And whenever your opponent blocks this attack, well, look at how much pushback it has. Oh, wait, hold on. Look at how much pushback that has. If your opponent decides to block this, they get pushed back a very long way. When you just guard it, that's the only time that it becomes detrimental, because they can just guard it approaching you and grab you if you're too close. But even when you're getting perfect blocked, you don't get stunned. And it doesn't rob you of your stamina either like it would a normal combo. This counts as a ki blast. Despite the fact that it's on your square button, this little power pole jab counts as a ki blast, so it doesn't register that as a basic attack. Meaning that you can use this to space them out even if they're good at perfect blocking it for some reason. I have never seen anybody perfect block this online, but you never know. There could be somebody who tries it one of these days. Then you've also got this move here. If you tilt upward on your stick and hit triangle, you get this move. Hold on, let me disable him. And this thing has even more reach than your square attack. In fact, that's the maximum reach it has. Right here. It has a ton of reach. It is pretty fast. And if your opponent is not 100% on their game, they're getting smacked by this if they're too far away, which is why this is really good for spacing. And if you space it properly, you can even combo this. And this little slap is immediately cancelable into flight as well, as you see right there. That allows you to do all sorts of stuff. You space it out, and if your opponent tries to press like a ki blast button or something like that, like an idiot, you punish them with that. Then you've also got this disgusting ass loop here. Just watch this. You see how disgusting that loop is? Look at how much damage piled up. It's absurd, that loop that I just did. Yes, it's very punishable if your opponent vanishes it. But dude, if you hit somebody with this, there's always the chance that you're just gonna do this instead. You're gonna stop pressing buttons, and right as they vanish, you're gonna somersault when they're trying to throw you as a punish. There's a mix-up, a bit of mind games right there. Then you also have this, which admittedly isn't useful. Not really, it's not really that useful. You're pretty much never going to use this outside of, well, outside of this combo here, of course. You're pretty much never going to use your circle attack because it is incredibly telegraphed and very easy to dodge. Oh, I should also mention, don't commit into this, because that is incredibly punishable. They can swoop right in and grab you after blocking that. But if you fully charge your circle while your opponent's guarding, it will break their guard. That's your only method of guard breaking aside from your or reverse burst dash, of course. But then the other really cool aspect about it is that it is incredibly fast to detransform. Yes, it is a very long animation to transform, but detransforming allows you to do stuff like this because of how fast it cancels. You can use it to string into your basic moveset with pretty relative ease, and it's very consistent too. This works on the female Earthling class as well. It's better to use this Awoken skill on the male Earthling though, because the male Earthling just has much higher basic attack than the female Earthling counterpart, which is what this Awoken skill scales off of. It's like the Mastered UI counterattack. It scales purely on your basic attack stat. The higher your basic attack, the more heavy the damage is going to be, and the harder it's going to hit whenever you smack them with the pole. This also scales with basic attack. Though, like I said, not really meant to do damage, it's just meant to be a spacing tool. You also have this, should mention, but it's kind of difficult to make use of. It's kind of more like a long-ranged, get the hell away from me kind of tool. You can even do stuff like this with the cancel on it though. I have Dragon Blitz right here, and you can do this. You can use it to set up stuff like Flash Chaser, because of how much knockback that combo has on it. Or you can do something like this. Combo into a super attack like Kaioken Kamehameha. Or even a extremely fast ultimate attack, such as ×4 Kamehameha. The other benefit that this skill has is that it's an Awoken skill, so it's not going to drain your ki. You actually gain ki whenever you hit somebody with this thing. Let me just go ahead and spend some ki real quick, and I'll show you what I mean. And it's much faster ki gain than you would with a normal combo. This also gains you ki. But that is pretty much the bulk of the strengths that this Awoken skill has. Now, there is one controversial aspect on the other side of the spectrum where it's just so OP that nobody wants to deal with it, and that is the fact that it has this monstrosity right here. This is the most broken move in the game by far, because it is just straight up unlimited invincibility frames as long as you spam this. Some people who have used this online, the rare sorts, only use this. They will smack you away, get a health lead, and then just do this, and you literally cannot hit me out of this. You can't throw me out of this either. If you do this kind of thing, you are a piece of shit. Like, just serious. Oh, wait, hold on. It's kind of weird online. It's kind of weird offline. Online, it can work pretty decently. But offline, it sometimes doesn't want to work. Yeah, you see, it's not very consistent offline, at least. But online, it is pretty much impossible to smack your opponent. It also has a very good guard, because you can not only move while guarding, it also greatly diminishes the damage that you receive. That does not count against you. If you don't get thrown, the other option they have to actually get you out of this awoken skill is by hitting you a certain amount of times. Whenever you guard in this awoken skill, it completely negates that. You receive a little bit of chip damage, but that does not count against you. Yes, you can get thrown out of this, but you can cancel it extremely fast. See? Hell, there's even another thing that a lot of people just don't know about, is the fact that this awoken skill, the guard even allows you to just guard. It's a little bit weird to do. Oh, you see right there. See? You can even just guard things in this awoken skill. It's a little bit weird to time, but it is something you can do, allowing you to completely, entirely negate all damage. Coupled with somersault, you've got a recipe for a lot of great defensive play. But also, you're not lacking on the offense, obviously. Especially if you got a Super Soul like the DVS Superhero Gohan Super Soul that I have right here. Normally that combo does a little over 7k, but now it's doing over 9k damage. And, well, let's see how much the strongest loop does now. Look at that ridiculous damage, dude. It is absurd how hard this thing hits with a dedicated build. Oh, I should also mention, you can cancel your burst dash into detransforming as well. So yeah, you just see for yourself how dumb this awoken skill can be with its damage output. Look at that damage just pile on up, rapid pace. It is so ridiculously strong with the right build. Speaking of which, let me just show you the type of build that I'm running. Now, there are many ways that you can go about this, but the primary way that you want to make this thing really hurt is, of course, your basic attacks. Your basic attacks are going to determine how hard this thing hits. I have 160, and my character is mid-weight, so he's not hitting near as hard as he could be hitting. If I had 120 in basic attack, oh boy, you'd be seeing like 11k with that basic ass combo with the setup I'm running. Here's the QQ bang. But yeah, you see just how ridiculously overpowered this thing can be in the right hands. All you have to do in order to use it against a player is you've got to avoid getting thrown. And that is actually not that hard to do, especially in this update, because of the iframe and hitbox changes. To grabs in particular. Grabs are now a lot harder to hit, even on PowerPole Pro. So now, PowerPole Pro is in a very good space right now, but I still don't see anybody try to use it. Well, given this game is kind of dead as a doorknob right now, but still, it is worth your time to use this Awoken skill. It is not trash, it is just misunderstood as hell, especially in this current age of the game. Majin Purification as well. Majin Purification is also an incredibly underrated skill. If you want to see a video on that, next time I will make a video on that if there's enough demand. But anyways, that's it for the guide. Let me just show you a couple of really cool combos that you can do with PowerPole Pro. Enjoy. Also, leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. It really helps a lot. Anyways, see you guys later.